now we have in front of you a box or kit contents of a PTT-W1A. So firstly, we have the user card. You have the beam user manual for this PTT-W1A corded and wireless handset. The PTT handset and its cradle here. And you have the cable. You have the external antenna connector. You have the mounting bracket for this to the DriveDOCK. You have the spacer. And you have the stick antenna. Now this tiny antenna goes here, that way, into the handset. This is your shark fin antenna. This will be your external antenna connecting the PTT cradle onto the roof of your vehicle. And this is the mounting bracket for this antenna. Right, this time I'll show you how to connect this short stick antenna into the PTT wireless handset. So this I've taken out of the plastic bag. Pull the PTT handset out of the cradle, and all you need to do is just to align them and then turn the antenna clockwise. Okay, make sure it's flat when you align it so it turns all the way down. There you go. So you know when it's already properly screwed in because it's hand tight, not too tight, just hand tight. And that's how you screw in the antenna into the wireless PTT handset. Okay, now we'll show you how to connect this wireless PTT handset kit, the W1A, into your DriveDOCK Extreme. First thing, you'll need this interface cable. So this interface cable has both RJ45 ends. Now, how do you know which end goes into the DriveDOCK? You will have one side of the cable labeled. So it says here to the DriveDOCK, okay? So all you need to do is just connect this end into the DriveDOCK's RJ45 connector at the bottom. Right here. Just plug that in. Alright. Next is connect the other end into the wireless PTT cradle. And then immediately this cradle will light up. Alright, so that's how you connect your wireless PTT handset cradle into the DriveDOCK Extreme using the interface cable. Now we'll show you how to connect the external antenna cable into this wireless PTT charging cradle. So your antenna cable has two ends. One end is for the antenna itself, and the other end is for your PTT cradle. You'll know that because it's a small SMA connector. Alright. So you take this end, grab the wireless charging cradle, and then just align the SMA connectors, and then just turn it clockwise. Make sure you turn it nice and gentle, and just hand tight. Okay, don't use a tool to tighten this connector, otherwise you'll break it. So hand tight is always best. So now you have just connected your external antenna cable into the wireless PTT cradle. Next thing we need to show you is how to connect your antenna, the external antenna, into this external antenna cable. So in a typical installation, you will use these bracket. So this bracket has one big hole for the antenna and three tiny holes for the screws. So what you do is you use this side, screw that into any desired location of installation, and all you need to do is, once this is fixed there, you need to remove this one first. See this gold threaded screw? You remove that. Okay, so just turn it anti-clockwise. So you have that screw off the cable. Next thing you need to do is take this bracket, slide this through. See that? There. There you go. And then put this back. So the idea is this copper screw should hold the antenna cable into the bracket. Okay, hand tight, just hand tight. Now that is fixed into the bracket now, and the last thing you need to do is screw this antenna in. So I'll just align and turn, and then again just hand tight. No need to use a tool, otherwise you'll break it. So that's how your external antenna is installed into the bracket and connected to your antenna cable. Okay, now we'll show you how to make an outgoing PTT call. First thing that you need to make sure when you're before you make a PTT call is to make sure that you have signal on your 9575 PTT handset. Once you have signal, make sure that it shows you to be registered in a specific talk group. My handset here shows it's registered to the BTT-W1A talk group. Yours could be different, but make sure that there's a talk group displayed there. Otherwise, you won't be able to talk to anyone. Okay? So once that's ready, everything connected, your handset is charging or charged, just take this handset outside the cradle, push this PTT button right here. So I find this position to be ideal, and then once you press this button, your PTT device will light up and basically start making a PTT call. Right? So if it shows here talking, that means you can start speaking. Right? If it says open or idle, it won't allow you to speak. Right? So make sure you press first and then wait for the talking prompt, and then that's when you can start to speak. So sound check 1 2 1 2 3. So in the background, you should be able to hear that there's my transmission from this handset was passed on through another PTT handset. Now the talk time, you're only allocated 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, the PTT call will drop. Okay, so make sure you complete the call before the 20 seconds is over. Okay, so once you're finished with the call, put your handset back in there to just keep charging, or you can put it in a holster or a belt, and then that's it. That's how you make an outgoing PTT call. Okay, now we'll show you how to listen for an incoming PTT call. All right, so your PTT handset, while charging, the incoming PTT call you should be able to hear it through this speaker. Okay, so I will start a PTT call from the other handset, and you should be able to hear me calling through this. Okay, and also watch out for the display on your Iridium PTT handset. It will change from open to listening. Okay, and for an incoming call, it'll show listening. For an outgoing call, it will show talking. Okay. Sound check.
Sound check 1 2 3. Sound check 1 2 3. Sound check 1 2 3. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the incoming PTT call.
Okay, now today we'll show you how to switch off the entire setup. So usually in a vehicle installation, when you switch the car off, the docking station will switch off. Okay, I'll just show you that. So remove power through the dock. If you can just take note of the LED here. So once I pull power out, this handset will switch off, and the handset would still be switched on, right? So what I need you to do is to press this to switch off, and then once you hear that sound, then that means that the handset is completely switched off. Okay, so the handset, take note, doesn't switch off with the docking station. It has to be switched off separately. Okay, so once it's switched off, put it back into the docking station or the cradle, and that's where it just stays. Now if I put power back in, the dock will light up, and we'll also switch on this cradle. That's it. There you go. And to switch it off, I'll just pull power out, pull it out, press this power button off. You hear that pattern, then put it back in. Now your setup is completely switched off.